Alright folks, welcome back. Back in the field, spraying some fungicide. We've been going for a little bit, about a little over halfway done with an 80 already this morning, but I decided I better get everything dialed back in before I turn the camera on. And to be honest, I didn't have a great start to the morning. I was getting the, it's all good now, but I was getting the sprayer out of the shed, or one of our sheds this morning, and opened up one of the sliding doors and a bird nest fell right on top of my head, and all the eggs and everything else fell right on top of my head and busted. So I got scrambled egg hair, but that's alright. But we've got some early beans that we're going to be, or earlier planted beans I should say, that we're going to be spraying over today and maybe tomorrow, just depending how much we get done today. I don't know the exact acre count of what we got done with these early beans. We had like we started on April 22nd or 3rd and only had like a 2-day stretch where we were able to get some stuff in, and of course, you know, those starting days you don't get a whole lot done. So there'll be, I don't know, a few hundred acres at least that we need to get done, and then some rain from the hurricane is supposed to come in tomorrow, I think. So we're going to try to get as much done today and maybe tomorrow morning as we can. Sorry, I had to turn around. But things are going pretty good so far, doing 15 gallons the acre, going about, I don't know, 14 miles an hour, so 55 PSI. So we'll see how that goes, and should go fairly well. I was going to say something else, but now I forget. Oh, we're going to, the past 2 years, I think this is our 3rd year with this sprayer. Past 2 years we've sprayed fungicide straight. So we're going to try going at an angle, as you guys probably saw in the earlier videos with our herbicide pass. We were going at an angle, and I liked it pretty well. So we're going to try it fungicide at an angle. You know, it's kind of a hit or miss with 15-inch rows and 15-inch tires, whether you're going to be mashing down a row or not. So if you mash down a row with 15-inch rows, then you're going to have a 30-inch gap, whereas you're kind of always leaving somewhere where you're mashed down going at an angle, but it's only 15 inches wide, so the beans can kind of cover that back up pretty well. So we'll see how it goes, and if I don't like it, we can switch it, but I think for now we'll just keep it at an angle. The only bad thing about going at an angle, sometimes you kind of finish out your last pass in the middle of a through, but that's alright. I'll just drive right down my tire tracks. I don't know how well you can see that down there, but down there right next to the fill hose is a mirror that we mounted right there. It makes it really handy for either when you're following tire tracks like this, or when you're trying to spray down the rows earlier in the season, or for corn rows or anything like that. You can kind of double check and make sure you're centered up. That's kind of a handy little thing that we put on there. We had one last year, but it wasn't. It was an old mirror that we found in the corner, but we actually bought a new one this time, and it works pretty good. Need some of those, what do they call those? I'm not super familiar with other brands stuff, but they got what's called probably like Row Sense or Row Vision or something. They got little cameras. I think they can see down the row or something. That'd be pretty sweet to have. Maybe one day. Well, we're headed just right down the road. Shop's right there. We were only about a mile and a half away. We got two 240s there at the shop. We'll get done. Then I think we're gonna probably probably head down the road to the south, if I had to guess. A couple hundred acres down there. Thing is, one of those fields is a 120 that, unfortunately, we were plagued with rain trying to get that field in. So I think about half of it, 70 acres of it maybe, we'll spray, and then the rest of it we weren't able to finish for at least another 10 days when we were planting it. So we'll probably have to come back and finish spraying that, if I had to guess. But then we got just like another 40 acres north of town, I think, and then that might be getting close to what we got to do, but we'll see. Got some pretty good looking beans out here, right here by the farm. Got this field we're in, and then I gotta go across the grassland. Uh-oh. Getting a phone call. Be right back. Oh, it seems like that always happens. Get a phone call trying to talk. But, well, now I'm facing the wrong way. I can't show you guys. But that corn behind me on both sides of the lane here at the farm is on the list with a few hundred other acres to get sprayed with the airplane this week, but we're supposed to get a couple days of rain, so hopefully they get it done today, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But it would be pretty cool for the camera purposes, at least, if they were spraying that corn with the airplane and then spraying this with the sprayer, but I don't know. I doubt that happened, but it is pretty cool when they're spraying any of these fields around here. The airplane, they come banking right over the buildings there. Get your blood going a little bit. Oh, got to turn again. Don't get a whole lot of room to talk on 40-acre fields, and quarter-mile rows don't last very long, especially going this fast. But we're also putting some insecticide down with our fungicide. That's something we do every year, but we noticed some insect pressure as well, so make sure we get that in there, get that taken care of. And as I was saying earlier, these bean fields should be the first ones we cut. I said they're 2.9s. They'll either be a Asgrow 2.9 or Beck's 2.9. I don't know. Dad was the one running the bean planter, so I don't know exactly what we got planted here, but they're both looking pretty good. Most of our beans actually look pretty good, so I'm looking forward to getting in later this fall and seeing how they look. I'll have to see if I can zoom in or editing that. You guys probably won't see it very well, but the plane spraying both sides of the lane of that corn right now, it's pretty sweet. He's just barreling down there and then barely lifting up over the driveway and power line poles and then dropping back down and hitting the next field. It's pretty impressive. He's going a little faster than I am, but I got some video when I was over there, right? He flew right over the top of me, and I didn't have time to get this camera out, but I got my phone out and I got a couple of videos, so maybe I'll try to pull some of that up for you guys, but how to get it for the gram. But that is sweet. I think you gotta be a little bit of crazy to do something like that. Those guys are nuts, especially around. Wouldn't be as bad, I don't think, out in the wide open, but we got quite a few trees around here, so definitely takes some skill. I wonder how many, I'd have to do the math, how many acres an hour those guys are doing. But they're doing like just a couple of gallons to the acre, whereas we're doing like 15. But there's kind of some gives and takes there as well, obviously. It's pretty cool though. He's right behind me right now, but it's pretty cool to watch him bank and turn and stuff. I wish I was outside watching him, but that's all right. Luke thinks, obviously, I'm sure most people know about it these days, but drone application is getting pretty popular as well. We actually got two buddies, two different outfits that are doing it already, and Luke thinks we ought to get on that bandwagon, which, I mean, there's plenty of acres around here to go around, but I don't know. I think it'd be fun, but then obviously it's a lot of responsibility as well, so it'd be something to think about. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Should we get into some drone application? That might kind of take away from us getting a Hagee, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I could see the advantages, over even like a ground rig, because there's some fields around here with the rivers and stuff that airplanes can't get to, and then it'd just be a royal pain with a big ground rig. So, I mean, it would probably be applicable for our farm, but we might have a little bit. Oh, there he goes. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. We might have a few acres done at the drone this year to see what it's all about, but I don't know. I mean, we could do it. I think it'd be fun. It really interests me whenever I gotta run plumbing and stuff for spray trailers and stuff. I really enjoy that, so that's something I would enjoy building and things. But I don't know, maybe talk it over with Matthew. And I don't think he's gonna. He's got something up his sleeve that he's been doing some filming and stuff over the past couple months, really. But he probably won't get it turned out before this video comes out. But for what he's kind of got going on in the area where that's at, some drone application could be something that could work pretty well in that area where he has got some stuff going on. But I guess you guys just have to stick around and find out for that. But I don't know. I kind of thought about it, but kind of not really. But I'll think about it some more. All right, got those two 80s done. Oh, sorry, two 40s done. Equal 80. Headed down the road about 3 miles probably to that 120 I mentioned earlier. And like I said, we're only going to do about 65, 70 acres of it, I think. But sorry I didn't get any more footage of that plane. It was pretty cool. My last pass, I was, I don't know, 100 feet off the edge of the field, and he was probably no more than 100 feet off the edge the other way. So we were just a couple 100 feet apart. Those planes are really big once you get up to them. But that was pretty cool to see. I got some. Maybe I can make a little Instagram reel or something. I was doing some filming with my phone as best as I can do. It wasn't the greatest since these windows are kind of dirty, but it'll be what it'll be. But I know Luke got just enough acreage on the tanker. That might all have been he could do. I didn't add it up the acre. See, 80 plus 80 is 160 plus 70 would be 230. So that might be all we do. I don't know, because we can haul for 15 gallon work. We can haul like 400 acres worth on that tanker. So I don't know if he was just going to do this and then see where we're at, maybe get another load or not. But we'll get this knocked out here pretty shortly before lunch, and then see what we got from there.
That was sweet. When he comes back around, you see his light go. You're like, I'm gonna get blown up. Are you filming me?
Yeah, but it's not pointing the right direction.
Oh!
I gotta get better at that. There, how's that? Nice thing about these country roads, you can back right on the T roads. Nobody hardly uses them. The field we're going to is actually right over there, about, I don't know, a third of a mile, but it's right along a highway, and it is only 2 entrances on either side, so it makes it hard. We gotta fill in the middle. Are we gonna be doing anything tomorrow morning or not? Okay, good, 'cause I got a haircut. It's a little bit more tolerable with 15-gallon work, but our 800-gallon tank doesn't last very long, especially on these big fields. The 90-foot boom's not so bad. It's the little tank that really gets me going, grinds my gears a little bit, but it works for us for now, so we'll see what the next couple of years bring. I know we've been kind of doing it all on some other sprayers, so we'll have to do some research. We always give her a little extra. We also don't have a, I know you guys would think we're peasants. Uh-oh, somebody's coming, they're gonna see me talking to the camera. We don't have a flow meter, so we gotta go off of what the gauge tells us, which we're pretty good at getting that pretty close. But yeah, need another 400 gallons or so. Worked out, I had to pull in and edge with my left side, which isn't terrible because you get on the right row, you can kind of follow the rows, but when it comes to fungicide, the beans are canopied and the row's a little harder to find, but it's not terrible. I'm a little bit more comfortable and a little bit better with my right side, but we'll make it work. We're going to be spraying this field straight, so I think Luke wants to do some testing, so we might leave a couple strips, no fungicide. So it's hard to, like I said earlier, it's hard to, once you start on a row and you get down 3/4 mile the other end of the field, to stay on it and then set your line in between the 2 rows. So let's see. Maybe I'm just babbling. I do that a lot too. So there's kind of what I'm talking about when it's kind of hard to stay on your right row if you're wanting to set a straight line from one end of the field to the other. But I can kind of see in my mirrors it's not too bad right now. That's kind of why, another reason why we run at an angle. It's just hard to find a row. Now I know we could share lines and stuff, but right now this sprayer is just on WAS, so we're not running mega accurate stuff to be running right where the planters and stuff went. But another reason why I like fungicide a bit more than our post bean is, one, we can run faster. We're doing like 14 compared to like 10.8 or whatever for Liberty. And then 2, obviously I'm going to do a good job, but if you, you know, it's not like you're going to miss weeds along the edge of the field, so, you know, you don't have to worry about your product drifting over to somebody else's field and killing their crop or whatever. And then obviously you can, it's just a bit more forgiving. If you turn a little too wide or miss a little spot, you know, you're not going to have weeds grow up there, so it's a little less stressful in that way, I guess. But I enjoy it all. It's fun. I was having some issues with the boom kind of going back and forth like this, which is just kind of the nature of sprayers anyway, but especially when I'm going a little faster. But messed with I did 3 things: my stability factor, my sensitivity, and my speed. I lowered all of those, and it's running pretty smooth now. Of course, this is a fairly smooth field. Some of those other fields had gotten chiseled last year, and this got turboed, so it's pretty smooth. But we're running pretty smooth now. But I think this is going to be it for today. We got a couple other fields that we got planted early, but these were the ones that had the earliest maturity beans on them, so we'll probably leave those for a few more days. That's the great thing about having your own sprayer. You can just kind of hit places here and there when you want to, and don't have to when you don't need to. So not for sure if we're going to get into anything else too exciting today. I got a little trailer project I'm working on, but that's not really farm related, that's more hunting related. So if we got anything else going interesting, I'll let you guys know and take it along. But if not, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.